And we need to make sure that we've got reproducibility. That's what industry needs, right? They don't want to just see a few cells that have been made, and it's fantastic that we've demonstrated this outcome. But going forward over the remainder of the year, we've got to make these cells in larger quantities.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Ilika CEO Graham Purdy. Graham, very good to speak with you. And you've successfully prototyped a 50 amp hour Goliath EV battery. So, another big milestone in its development.
Yeah, absolutely. Investors who've been following the story, they'll remember back to 2024. So just less than a year ago, our prototypes were 2 amp hours. We've had a 25 times increase in the size of the batteries that we're making now. So that's a huge increase in capacity and really demonstrating the commercial and industrial relevance of our product.
And of course, this was a key target of the Faraday Battery Challenge History program, wasn't it?
Absolutely. We have been very fortunate in managing to secure this significant grant funding that the Faraday Battery Challenge, as one of the UK government's agencies, has been able to offer. So, it's been a big old program, 8.2 million pound program, and that's meant that Ilika has received 2.8 million pounds in grant support over the last 2 years. And that means that investors who've put money into Ilika to support our Goliath program have effectively had a 2-for-1 return on their investment. So we've really made sure that any equity investment in Ilika has gone twice as far as it would have done without that grant funding.
So, Graham, this is the prototype that you'll optimize now for your minimum viable product for EVs, isn't it?
Absolutely. Some investors may be saying they've cracked it, they've done it, they've got their MVP. But actually, what we need to do now is make larger batches of the product. And, we need to make sure that we've got reproducibility. That's what industry needs, right? They don't want to just see a few cells that have been made, and it's fantastic that we've demonstrated this outcome. But going forward over the remainder of the year, we've got to make these cells in larger quantities, generate the data, generate the reliability information so that potential licensees can work with us with that degree of technical comfort that they're really looking for.
I mean, you recently demonstrated manufacturing in a gigascale manufacturing setting, though. So, surely that's a step in the right direction with this.
Yeah, absolutely. You're referring to the announcement that we made just last month, actually, about the successful scale up of some of our process at the UK Battery Industrialization Centre, UK BIC, which has been a really important partner for us in a program that we've been running in parallel with the history program. And we refer to that other program as the system program, and that's actually support that we've received through the Advanced Propulsion Center, the APC. So in parallel with making these prototype products, we've also been demonstrating that the process works on a large scale, and that's what we've been doing at UK BIG.
Okay, so what's the next steps then, Graham, for Goliath?
Well, 2025 is going to be an exciting year for us. We've started in style. I hope that you agree with that. Hit this important process milestone at UK BIC. We've now followed up on schedule, as we suggested we would with the first D8 prototype in Q1. We're now going to actually complete the construction of our 1.5 megawatt hour per year pilot line with our automated equipment. There's some equipment that's currently being built by one of our partners, MPAC, actually under the system program. And we're going to commission that. And then, of course, we will be sharing additional data from that product line as we move forwards towards that D8 release, really the P2 release at the end of this calendar year, preceded actually by the P1.5 prototypes that we will release as a sort of precursor to that MVP in the summer. So lots to look forward to.
Definitely off to a flying start in 2025, Graham. I hope you'll keep us updated with any additional progress.
I certainly will. Thank you.
That's Ilika CEO Graham Purdy.